So today we're going to do things just a little bit differently. We're going to jump in some X's and O's as opposed to talking about certain quarterbacks. And doing that, we still have some film breakdowns. We're going to watch a few different quarterbacks that are running the RPO system well. I want to talk about how to run the run pass option efficiently and effectively. And before we dive into the X's and O's, there are so many different ways to run this. And so this isn't the only way. This is just one of the ways, kind of a basic level, kind of when you're doing some basic install. This is maybe like day one of what we're going to install. And then I'll have some film of Malik Willis, Mac Jones, and then Jamie Newman running different RPO plays that we're going to watch as well. And the RPO scheme is something that has evolved the past few years, and especially the past 5 years or so. And it was fairly new when I was playing in college, and that was my last college. I was like 2010, I believe, and so it was fairly new then. But we still had schemes, and we still have schemes. So it's pretty crazy to see how much it's evolved. And the basic premise behind the RPO is get the defense out of position, and then try to get your offense to have the most advantageous numbers. It's always a numbers game in football, meaning if we want to run the ball, and we want to if the defense has 5 in the box and we have 6 to block, we're running the ball. If it's 5-on-5, we're probably running the ball. If it's 5-on-6, they have 6, then most likely there are times we do hand the ball off, and you'll see in this clip, but most likely we are wanting to pass the ball. So it's a numbers game. So let's just look at the whiteboard. And again, this is the first time of me doing this, so y'all bear with me with this horrible handwriting and this glare. Let's see, how can I line this up? Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Okay, so we have a spread system. We got 4 receivers out, and we have 5 blockers in. And you'll see the defense has 6 in the box, all these X's right here, all the X's. So we have our D linemen and our linebackers. So it's 5-on-6, meaning, okay, the quarterback is probably not going to hand this ball off. We're going to look to pass it somewhere depending on the route. And there can be just so many different routes. The routes we're going to watch today are out routes that we see that have become a little more common in the RPO game. It used to be a bunch of slants and inside plays, and it still is. It's still the most common thing, but you'll see if a DB is, say, 10 yards off the ball, it's an easy throw for a quarterback to hit that deep, hit a quick out, as opposed to hand the ball off. Now let's say we had 2 safeties. Excuse my handwriting. Let's say we had a safety here, and he was split out here. Let's say it was a little more cover 2. God, that is awful handwriting. My God. But the moral of the story is now we have 5-on-5. So we have 5 linemen and 5 defenders in the box, and now we have an advantageous look to run the ball, or I can even potentially run the ball myself if I'm a quarterback. So if the running back is running here, I can read this defensive end. If he's crashing in, I'm probably going to keep it. If he's staying here, I'm going to give it. And then I also have this option of any receiver running whatever route it may be. So this is horrible handwriting, and I sincerely apologize. My wife would be ashamed of me. But I hope you kind of get the idea. Again, very basic install stuff, and you can build upon that 1,000 different ways. Seriously, the RPO scheme is fascinating, but that's just the scheme of it. It's a numbers game. How many are in the box? What are we running? And is it going to be advantageous for us to run the ball? If not, let's look at the passing potential. So enough of me talking. Let's dive into some film. We're going to watch a few passes off the RPO scheme, off the play, not the play action, excuse me, but off the potential give. We're going to watch a few passes and what to look for, and we're also going to have one pass in there that looks RPO-ish from the outsider's point of view and the fan's point of view, but is actually a called play, and you can determine that by what the linemen do. So we have one play of that. We have a few plays of when the quarterback gives to the running back, so you can see an example of, okay, we have 5-on-5, we're given to advantageous look for us, whatever it may be, and then we have examples of the quarterback keeping the ball whenever the defensive end crashes in. And we go through more detail on each play and kind of break it down. So enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and dive into the actual film and see some of these guys run the RPO scheme, the RPO system very effectively. So here we have Malik Willis from Liberty, and it's going to be a pass. It's a run pass option. Throws a deep out here. Notice that the corner is about 10 yards off the ball. We have 7 guys in the box. 3 down linemen, 4 backers, but we have 7 guys who can potentially block, and we see the linemen go downfield knowing that it is set up as a run. Willis is a good read ultimately because you could see that these safeties could be creeping up potentially, and that could make it kind of a disadvantage to the offense. So he goes ahead and takes this throw. Good read here. We'll go ahead and watch these linemen get downfield. Right, good ball there, and then makes the guy miss, picks up a first down. So here we have a true run pass option. There's really no threat of the quarterback running, but you have the option to give it to Harris, or he throws it down here to Smith. So we see we got 6 on 6 guys, 4 D linemen, 2 backers. Linebackers creeping up in the box, so maybe he did see that. Maybe they kind of counted that potentially, which is why they went ahead and threw it. But regardless, they saw that the DB was off by about 6 or 7 yards, and so they just took a quick out to the Heisman winner down here. Why am I forgetting his name? Devontae Smith. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and watch it here. Good job there. Let's watch that one more time. Another way you can tell it's the run pass option is by the fact we have a pulling end and we have guys about 2-ish yards downfield. So they are blocking to run. Boom. Quick play there. So here's a good example of just a pass all the way. It's not an RPO, but it's a good way for any fan to tell if there was even a run option. Watch the offensive lineman. No one was downfield. All pass block. And if you want to get kind of a tell sign pre-snap, you see you only got 5 potential blockers, and we got, 7 guys in the box. So there's no way they're going to run 5 on 7. So you know it's going to be a pass, and right off the bat, you see them all drop back in pass protection. Let's go ahead and watch. He throws a fade down here, by the way, for a touchdown. Hell of a catch. 7 in the box. Gets rid of it. They bring more than they can block to. Great catch. It was pass interference on the defense. Ends up being a good catch. Let's go ahead and watch the behind the center angle as well, just to get that view. Oh, I'm sorry. The end zone angle, but still, good point here. Again, 5 on 7. So, even though the running back does make that motion, there is no kind of run concept to this. And he goes up and blocks. Boom. Throws the ball. Touchdown. So here's a touchdown run. Great job by Newman to give it to the running back. We're going to see we've got 6 players in the box, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. This linebacker is technically not considered in the box, although some may count them. Then we have this safety creeping up here. So we know we're in the red zone and inside the 5-yard line, most likely man, even though you have some off coverage here. So Newman knows, okay, we got 6 on 6. We got 5 linemen with a tight end / halfback here. And so the read is to give. He's going to see that this guy is blocked. Everyone has an assignment, and the backers are taken as well. And so he gives it. Good read for the touchdown. Just a good example. Simple, but remember, it's a numbers game. So we got 6 on 6. We want to run and give the ball. If the case was different, then it could be potentially a different read here. So this is probably just a run type option here. Let's go ahead and watch it. It was a run pass actually as well. Good read though. Touchdown. So here's a good view. Here's Newman's view. So good. Even though he is creeping and some people might consider him getting into the box or might have him as a read, the fact the ball is run up here, straight up the middle, helps things as well. So again, we got 4 down linemen, 2 backers, and then we got 5 linemen here with the tight end that comes and splits in right here. Back to there. I forgot about that motion. Again, so now we have 6 on 6 here. 6 on 6 football. Everyone get your assignment. Get up the field. Touchdown. So here's Alabama against Notre Dame, and we're going to see the ball is given to Harris down here. He's able to run. This is when he hurdles the guy down the sideline. And even though Bama has 6 defenders and there are 7 guys in the box, they still give it on this option here for the simple fact they're leaving this guy unblocked here. So sometimes, say if Mac Jones was a dual threat guy or as a threat to run, the quarterback would read this D end, and if he crashes in, leaving him unblocked, then he would keep it and run. In this case, they give it to Harris, and they don't care about blocking this guy, this outside end, because they don't expect him to catch up to the play or to disrupt the play. So in that mindset, you still have 6 on 6 if you exclude this guy, and it ends up working here. Just another way to run things. So let's go ahead and watch. Again, they leave that defensive end totally unblocked. And he does have to stay there with the quarterback potentially running, but not a big threat. And then, of course, we see Harris take off down here. Let's go ahead and watch the next angle. Oops, my fault again. Okay, so here we go. So even though it is 6 on 7, the backer does have to stay there just for Mac Jones. Makes a good read. So generally we're taught if you see his numbers, you hand the ball off. If you see his the right side or shoulder pads or the side towards the sideline, the shoulder pads toward the sideline, if you just see the shoulder pads, then you keep it and run. So you see the numbers, hand it off. If you don't see the numbers, you keep and run. Now this might not have been the case here, but at least that's how we were taught. And then you see him do the rest. Wow. So just another example there. So here's a great keep by Malik Willis. So we got five offensive linemen, then we got 2 halfbacks, tight ends, whatever you want to call them on each side. So we got 7 guys to block 7 guys in the box here. 7 on 7. So it's a run option. So Malik Willis has the option to either give it to the back or keep it himself. He's going to end up keeping it here, and we'll see why. So his read is this backer there. Let me rewind that. Good speed, ends up being a touchdown. Great read. Let's go ahead and look at why he kept that, though. So just like we talked about in the other video, if you can see his numbers, generally you're taught to keep it. If he's turned in, like if he's facing this way, which he does end up doing, he's facing that way, going after the running back, keep it. Great job by Willis here, and then his athleticism takes over, goes for a touchdown. Let's go ahead and watch the behind the center angle or the end zone angle. Again, so it's the right read to run the ball here because you have 7v7. He's reading this guy the whole time. Look at his eyes. Reading here. And this guy, he leaves him unblocked for a reason. You know, this guy's coming here. Because he could potentially throw to him. A lot of different things going on in this play. Malik Willis reads it well. Eyes are in here. Willis keeps it, goes right behind him. The rest is history. Touchdown. So again, just something different, just a few clips of how to run different RPO plays, how to when to give it, when to keep it, and when to throw it in different schemes that kind of determine what to do. Again, I apologize for my horrendous handwriting on the whiteboard. My gosh, that's atrocious. But again, just something different. If you like these type of videos, these kind of how-to videos or kind of more X's and O's, let me know. We'll do some more of them, especially in the off season and where you want to continue to put out good quality content. So please let me know what y'all want. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. We put out any quarterback related content, whether it is kind of these X's and O's videos, film breakdowns, quarterback competitions, interviews, what we do in the weight room with quarterbacks, whatever it may be. Any quarterback related content is fair game. So please consider subscribing and like the video if you like it. Comment below. Let me know what you want to see next, and we'll see if we can continue to get these type of instructional X's and O's videos going this summer. And we'll see you next time on our next quarterback related video.